Hey everybody, it's Azure. I'm with Pampered Chef. Tonight I'm going to do a summertime spaghetti, garlic bread bites, and the Orange-Raspberry Petits for dessert. And now I'm getting ready to have me a bottle of wine while I cook. Maybe. There we go. And ladies, if I love this little gadget. If you've not tried our wine opener, yeah, that's over weird. There it goes. Okay. I quit too soon, but there it is. It's cute, lights up. I love it. This one. Okay. Let me get me a glass of wine to get started. Now, first, since the garlic bread bites are going to take a little bit longer to cook than the rest, make sure I didn't hit the camera when I opened the oven and get my pizza thrown out from the other day. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and start first with the garlic bread bites. Now, we're going to use the small rectangular baker. This is our stoneware. Can of biscuits. 3 tablespoons of butter. It said 2 garlic cloves. I'm putting 3. 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. And about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. So, sorry. Open this up here. Now I am going to put a little canola oil and that's a red bottle. So put me some in the baker so that I can grease it real quick. Sorry, I hate getting that close to the... Now for cooking, mostly tonight we're going to be using the stoneware. I do love the stoneware, the oven, or even the microwave. Now, our biscuits, you just want to, you can cut them if you want to make it neater, tear them. You want to make sure you keep them refrigerated until you're ready to use them. I guess this is going to be similar to like monkey bread or something, the way it'll pull apart. My setup has the camera right on me tonight, but I'm still playing around with how to get the best angle in my kitchen. Okay. So we've just got it torn up, thrown in there. And let me get my bleach wipes. Sorry, excuse me. Watch my videos how much I love the garlic press. Now, at 3 tablespoons of butter, I am going, going to add my Italian seasoning to that. And my garlic. Oh, that big little thing. And I'm going to use my little cup for trash here. See how that just dropped on the floor? Anyway, that was my entire filling for the garlic, so I'm going to have to get that up here in a second, and we'll finish first. So maybe I won't do it again. But it takes the whole thing off. You don't have to peel that garlic, and I know I've said it before, if you've watched, I love my fingernails long. I cannot stand to get garlic in my nails. So I really love this tool. So yes, I can get minced garlic, but I do prefer it fresh. Okay. So set that aside because I will be using that. I'll pop this in the microwave just a little bit, soften it up, or melt it. Into my trash away. And if you guys are local, Weather Vane Winery is awesome. And then our little aerator. Now, here. Just going to mix that up real good. Although most of it's pretty mixed and it smells amazing. Got it in the wrong hand and my glasses look on. So, just going to drizzle it on. And instead of using like the dehydrated Italian seasoning, I didn't have enough of the PC version, so I can't remember what I'm doing anything. So I used some partially dehydrated that I had. Okay. Already smells good up in here. Okay, so we're going to pop it into the oven here. We have it set at 375. So I'm going to pop it in. We'll start checking it in about 20 minutes. In fact, I'm going to set me in a little alarm. My little doggy alarm. Okay. Now, while we've got that in, yes, I'm gonna mess up again. Our summertime spaghetti, we are going to cook. Excuse me. In the deep covered baker. Now, before I did this, because the recipe on it does call for cooked chicken, I just took some chicken tenderloin with a little garlic and herb seasoning and olive oil and fried that up in the wok. So I have that all ready to go. Now, we need to, I need to zest the lemon. Now, when I zest them, I like to do it before I cut them. And we're going to need about 2 tablespoons. I have no idea how much that is until I get in here and look, but we're just going to zest this bad boy up. it really smells good in here. I don't know about you guys, but I love the clean smell of lemons. I'm going to list it up, so we're going to go to town on this one a little bit. Now that's down to be close to 2 tablespoons. Now, I'm also going to juice the lemon, so I'm just going to put this in a bowl here. And the recipe, for this is on Pampered Chef under recipes. But now I am, of course, you know me, I'm making a little variation, mainly because I had a zucchini left that I needed to use. So I'm adding zucchini to it too. It has tomatoes, broccoli, and now it's going to have zucchini. Some, what was it? Parmesan cheese, some fresh parsley. Oh my God, my mouth. Okay, anyway. The chicken that I've already cooked, of course, garlic, lemon, chicken broth, and spaghetti. So it's spaghetti. Now what I'm going to do is, after we zest our lemons, and I'm going to juice them real quick, I broke the noodles in half already, and you want about 12 ounces of spaghetti noodles. The thin work better for this recipe. We're going to combine the lemon juice, the chicken broth, and that's 3.5 cups of chicken broth, and the noodles into the baker, and we're going to cook that first. Now, since zucchini takes longer to cook than the tomatoes and the broccoli, want that a little fresher, then I'm going to go ahead and add the zucchini to it while the spaghetti cooks. That was a mouthful. You got it? Let me juice. I can put it first. Does this say how much? Nope, it just says 2 lemons. Now we have the citrus press. Y'all look over me today. I swear, I just opened that bottle of wine. But we have the citrus press, or we have, in case you can't really see it that much, this is what I use to zest the lemon and to juice it. I use both pretty regular depending on what or how much I'm doing. If I'm zesting, I pretty much just use this one. But if I'm just juicing one, sometimes it's just easier just to grab the little press. But both are very, very simple to use. I swear it didn't bring me nothing to put trash in. Okay. I'll take this over here before I spill it everywhere. So. Now for this, I really don't have to worry about greasing my baker. We are doing it in the microwave. I'm trying not to throw this. I'm going to add my thin spaghetti. Now I should have just done that to begin with. I'll break something now. Let's try this. 3.5 cups of chicken broth. And now this is our Easy Read measuring cups, which I love too. Our lemon juice. And like I said, I went ahead and chopped up. It was a pretty large zucchini. I don't normally like getting them that large, but pickings are slim sometimes. So, I can't find anything today. Here we go. Sorry, we did a little event this morning in my kitchen. Still chaotic. My kitchen's always chaotic. Now, pop our lid on. I love these. Now it says to microwave it for 11 to 13 minutes, so I put it on for 12. Let me see. We have about a cup of grape tomatoes. They're sliced. This is for my garlic bread. Half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Supposed to be a cup of broccoli florets, but I think my cup overflowed. And what was it? Half a cup of parsley. Now, the recipe on, or no, that wasn't half a cup. That was an ounce, sorry. The recipe did call for fresh parsley, but since I use the dehydrated, I cut that in about half because I don't want it too strong. And then it said 3 cloves of garlic, and like I already said, so, while we are cooking, try not to make too much of a mess. This is our brownie bite pan. Yay. And yes, you can about make all the things in it that you do the brownie pan, just smaller. Or, like for those of you that are in some of my doggy rescue parties and stuff. Sorry, that thing beeps every time it gets to a 5-minute marker. But these are also great. The brownie pans for making treats for the dogs and the little ones for the little dogs. That's my little spill for today. I'm getting ready to start on my cake. Two oranges. A white cake mix. What's that? 2 egg whites. 1/3 cup of raspberry jam. And here's where I changed the recipe. Instead of 1/4 cup of milk, I'm using heavy whipping cream. And 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. So, our batter mixing bowl. Y'all have got to overlook me today. And we're going to spritz the brownie pan a little bit. Pull it out of the way. You know what? It said to use a small, but I have a medium. I guess it's small. Yeah, so we'll just have to play with it. I'm going to open this up. Sorry, I'm not trying to be quiet on you. I am going to have to go over here and rinse out my zester and get back here and open this up. tie this up. Bear with me just a minute. It might get a little loud because the sink's behind you. Miss Kitty, stop yelling, please. Sorry, my dog likes to bark at everything. Okay. So we got a little zester on here. And it's about the same old, well, this time they're going at 1.5 tablespoons. Not quite as much. Just going to transfer the zest over to another dish. And I'm going to wax my bowl out real quick. Now, I'm going to juice them real quick. I should have done this beforehand. Well, it's really not that time consuming, but honestly just didn't even think about it. I want to pop around. Orange almost smells as good as the lemon as far as cleaning. And I could probably squeeze some more juice out of this, but I'm not going to need to because these things are very, very juicy. Okay. There's our orange juice. Mess. So let me get, how much oil did it say? I didn't write it down. Oh. Vegetable oil. I knew there was something else. Oh, yeah, that's canola oil. Sorry. I already had the vegetable oil out. Okay. So we're going to add our cake mix. Our 2 egg whites. bottle, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, we're going to go with about a tablespoon of the orange zest. And where's my other measuring cup? What do I do with it? Oh, I've already used it. Okay. That's some more. We need about a half a cup of the orange juice. And I had everything laid out, so I already used mine, so. There we go. And it says use the small batter bowl, but I just use the batter bowl because I mix it. And of course a whisk. See, I can't do nothing without spelling. Now, altitude and heat can make a difference in your cake mix. So I am going to add a little more juice to this because it is quite stiff and I want to work with it some more. Now, let me check my garlic bites. Oh, those are beautiful. Pull this out real quick. Oh, I see it now. Okay. This thing's yelling at me. Timed that pretty good. Both of them's going up. Oh, you can see? Look gorgeous. So, they do look like they need to cook a little bit more. I'm going to pull this out and set it here in the oven for a minute. I want to check my noodles because it did give me an estimation on time, and because microwaves vary, do you think I'm going to go just a little bit longer and do the 2 minutes or 2 more minutes? Back to my cake. It really smells good. So I already sprayed the brownie bite cream. Alright, it said to use a small. Right now I only have the medium. The small is probably, I don't know, it's probably in the dishwasher or something. Still out in the car. So I'm trying to guesstimate to fill each of my little holes. Now I'm not going to sit here and talk and yammer on the whole time while these are cooking. What I'll do is when I post the video, I'll come back on and just add a little clip to it with the finished product. Made that one just a little bit big. Finish these real quick. Because I filled some of these up too much, I'm not quite enough to it, and I'm not sitting here scraping no more because my food's done. So, I'm all set. Actually, I'm just going to set this over here. Got my spaghetti out. Now I need to pull my garlic bread bites back out. Let me put this over here. Oh yes, much better. Did I show you this? Now these are our pasta tongs. Okay, I use these for most things because the little teeth on it just makes everything much easier to pick up. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. We've already cut up the tomatoes, like I said. The Parmesan, garlic. So, we're going to add our Parmesan. Just sprinkle it on in there. You can use your tongs to kind of mix it in. And then, sorry, it's hot. Okay. Throw in our tomatoes. And again, just mix it on in there. Oh, that's the cheese. The chicken. Alright, I'm going to put some personal again. And our broccoli. lost it for a minute. What did that? Parsley. Our lemon zest. My beaker's getting full. Okay, now let me squeeze this garlic in here. Part of the reason I'm using more garlic than it said, some of my little cloves are just small for my liking. Now if you used fresh, it says to use like the manual processor and mix all these together, but since I'm pressing them, I'm just mixing it like this. Now, I'm just going to mix that up in there good. I can see the steam, but ooh, it's hot. What I do with my sorry, I hit my oven mitts again. So we're going back into the microwave for about 3 minutes. Let's see, it looks like egg. Lid. Sorry, I know it's a little bit long. I do multiple dishes a lot of times, so I don't have to sit and talk to myself while some of the things cook. So, I'm gonna get back to these real quick before I put them in the oven. And let's see, I'm gonna turn the oven down a little bit because it's at 350 instead of 375 while I finish. Okay. Got my butter bowl. My 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. Oh, that sounds like a lot of sugar. Oh, Lord, I've got to put Parmesan cheese on the garlic buds. Just want to sprinkle that on there. And it's still plenty hot enough to melt it. Okay, back to my raspberry. And my heavy whipping cream. Now this is like the icing for it, and if you saw the picture that I posted in the parties of what I was making tonight, this is going to be very, very sweet. So I would not cover each individual cupcake with it. I would just kind of drizzle some on. because they're small, you put too much in this. To me, it would just completely overpower the cupcake itself. Whatever. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bake that about 15 minutes. Here is our beautiful little glaze. After it cooks for 13 to 15 minutes, it may be 15 because I did overfill a little bit, but then we'll pull it out, let it cool. We'll put the glaze on, and then some of our orange zest. So I'm not going to sit here and make you listen to me ramble for 15 minutes. So I'm going to set me a little alarm. Yeah, we'll say 12. I'll check it then. And I'm going to put them in. Come back to the building, I won't have all this in here. Okay, what did I do? My oven mitts because our spaghetti is done. I always take the lid of the baker off first when I use it in the microwave. It's just harder to get out of the microwave because you don't have room to. You don't have as much room to lift it as you do in an oven. But this is our summertime spaghetti. Beautiful, gorgeous. Smells really good. Alright, guys, like I said, I'm going to cut this off. I'll come back when the dessert's ready and show you the picture. But have a good night. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. So I took them out of the brownie bake pan and I just transferred them to the rectangular serving dish. Our glaze, frosting, whatever you want to call it. Got it already. I'm sure I showed you that before. I'm just going to use a spoon and kind of spin a little bit on. And this recipe, I would have to tweak because this is going to be way more glaze than you would want for this. And I'm just putting a little dab on the top and letting it drizzle down. Probably actually putting more on than needed, but it's kind of thick. And you think about it, I could have put it in the little drizzler and put it on that way. But with 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, you're definitely going to have to have sweet too. I'd like to think that the raspberry and the orange would kind of balance it out though. As you can see, there's still a lot of icing left. So, yeah, I'm going to have to tweak on that and see if I can cut it down. And now our little bit of reserved orange zest. Just gonna put a little on there. You don't want to, just want a little, just to make it pretty. Too much and it'll kind of get a bitter taste, but said I think it'll help. Well, I think it'll help balance out the sweetness. And it's a nice contrasting color, so that always makes dishes look great. So, here we go. I don't know how well my camera makes that seem, but there it is. Ooh, did not mean to make that noise. On top. And a little bit of the pull apart garlic bread. Oops. Okay. That's dinner, you guys. And most of this is done in our stoneware or the brownie bite pan. So if you have any questions about any of the products, or if you want to see any, just let me know and I'll be happy to share it with you. Y'all have a good evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Although I'm sure I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.